All right, starting recording. Okay, we're live now. Start with Nick. Nick, go ahead and yourself to the
What's
audience.
going on, guys? My name is Nick Osler. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm actually walking around Las Vegas right now. I'm an insurance broker. Got into finance last year. Have also been in fitness my whole life, so kind of do a lot of both of those things. And I'm pumped to talk about money all the time. I love numbers, so it's always fun to talk about.
Yeah, money is always a good topic, man. My name's Murray. On TikTok, I go on MRay, as Dean always calls me. I'm also a lot interested in finance. Right now, I'm investing in commercial real estate with a group. We're syndicating. On the side, I'm also investing a lot into crypto, stocks, mainly doing options, income plays right now, which are selling covered calls and puts. And I know Dean doesn't like it, but he's more of a buy stocks, $10 each day, right?
Yeah. There's a feedback. You're gonna need a headphone, I feel like. So one of you guys has feedback. I think it's you. Yeah.
See if I can get it.
Yeah, you're gonna want to put on headphones. By the way, Nick, you do insurance for commercial property, right?
Say that again?
You do insurance for commercial properties, right? I might have a client for you right here, right? If you do insurance.
That's perfect, man.
There you go.
How convenient. We get plugged in just like that.
I get a referral fee, okay? If you do any business.
That's fine. That's illegal, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, wait, never mind. You can take me to a Lakers game. So,
I'll buy you a nice dinner. How about that?
Let's talk about the commercial real estate first. Can you elaborate
Absolutely.
on that?
Yeah, so my side, was it 3 years ago, I went to a crypto seminar because I'm trying to learn more about crypto. And in this seminar, they're matching you up with other investors as well. And so they matched me up with someone that was managing properties, but he was dabbling into commercial real estate. And so he added me to the group, and we all started to invest. Pretty much, we made an LLC, we pooled money together, and we put down payments onto properties on LoopNet. But we only targeted triple net properties, meaning that the tenant that is currently in there, they're signing that, hey, anything happens to the building, we'll take care of it. If like the bathroom's broken, we'll take care of it. And pretty much the landlord is hands off as a triple net investment. And so that's the group that we're in right now, that we're investing into commercial real estate, and we have a few properties in Texas.
Okay, so they're all triple net properties in Texas, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and then can you give us a detail? Like, who's your tenant? Is it like a CVS, a Walgreens, or what is it?
So the first tenant we had is Buffalo Wild Wings. They're great. They pay their rent. We don't have any problems. They never call us up. We just get a check each month. Great. Second tenant we got.
Best case scenario.
Best case scenario. Yeah.
I want to get in on this. I want to get in. Let's do a Buffalo Wild Wings Vegas.
I love it.
We ran into a second tenant that was horrible. Like you just said, that best case scenario was Buffalo Wild Wings. Worst case scenario, and I'm not going to drop their name, was a steakhouse. And, really fancy looking steakhouse, great returns. Their books look great. And we signed them up. We bought the property off of a few people that were already investing in them, took it off their hands. And these guys, man, they're just like manhandling us, right? They say, okay, hey, the roof's broken. Sorry, we haven't been budgeting for it. We can't pay you rent this month. And then it goes on for like 6 months, right? So after 6 months, we kind of fed up with it. But then COVID started to happen, right? And so we're like, okay, COVID's happening. You got to be a little bit more understandable. We're all in a chat group at this point, so that all the investors know what's going on. And the manager, the guy that I met during the crypto seminar, he's relaying the information back to us because he's the manager of the LLC, right? And so it kind of goes downhill from there, because of COVID. So we're like, hey, let's help them out. We'll give them 15 to 30% off of their rent, but still, as things are coming back up to speed, more people were coming in to dine at the steakhouse, but they're still not willing to pay us, right? And so our manager flies over to Texas. He's also in California, and he dines there for about a week, right? To see, okay, what's the amount of people coming in to visit the restaurant, and are they really not able to pay us, or are they just saying that they can't, right? And so we find out that they're not paying us, even though they have a steady stream of income, right? And so we,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
and so we
That's tough.
subpoena for the books, and so we can see what they're doing, and so we close the doors on them. And so now we're in the process of litigation to see if we can recoup our losses. So that's still an ongoing thing right now, and we're trying to find a different tenant for there. So that's the worst case scenario that I've
That's
been in.
tough.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get insurance for this, Nick? Is there like commercial insurance to protect yourself from this, or kind of screwed?
Yeah, let us know.
I'll have to make some calls, but it's because it kind of has varied based on the state and kind of what they're allowing. It kind of just has been the same story for everyone, where you just push everything out.
Okay.
Where it's like, it's not like they're protected, like they still owe the money. It's not like they don't, but it's just like, when are they actually going to pay that, or are they just going to try and walk away from it?
But can you buy pandemic insurance now? Like, is there a new like I'm a landlord too, and it's really good to have someone with insurance background. Like, how do I protect myself as a landlord if yet happens? I don't know if there's insurance policies you can buy, or maybe
Not to my knowledge right now.
okay.
They might have come out with something like that, but it's just a tricky situation because you can't really twist people's arms. Like, everyone's kind of learned that the hard way. Like, even if you want to, like, if your tenant's in there, like, you're kind of just fucked off, which sucks. But it's like,
What's the legal process in Texas? 'Cause I know if it's in California, it's the worst. Like, I've actually done an eviction in California, and it's like 4 months. I imagine in Texas it's faster, right?
As of right now, at least in the chat in the group for the manager, it's been ongoing for like 6 or 7 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say there. This is kind of a goofy example, but they posted. I read an article a week or two ago that there was a house that was sold about 12 months ago in California, and they just didn't move out, but they collected the money and then just haven't left yet. So
yeah, I know the story. It's in Corona.
yeah. So I think that that's not really an uncommon situation right now, which, I mean, it sucks because real estate is so hot, but like under all of these memorandums and all of the nonsense that's been going on with not being able to evict people and not having to pay rent and all of this stuff that no one's ever really had to deal with before, you can't really do anything, at least not right now. And it sucks, but it's like, you can't forcefully go and remove someone from your property either.
Can you get a forbearance on your loan? Can you go to your commercial lender and be like, oh, these guys are doing forbearance?
I think so. I think that there's a lot more leeway on that as well. I've heard of people doing that, so it's just a weird situation.
I actually spoke to a landlord who did forbearance on 2 rental properties, but they were mortgages. They were not commercial loans.
Right.
Even though the tenant's paying him rent, he got forbearance. So he's not paying mortgage, he's collecting rent. And
that's great.
after 12 months, he's going to try to modify because they passed something where you can ask for a 40-year loan. So after not paying for a year, he's going to be like, yo, now give me a 40-year loan. So I think his payment is like $2,000 a month. He's collecting $4,000 a month. And he's going to try to modify it where he only has to pay $1,000 a month for 40 years.
I mean, honestly, especially the way that the stock market and crypto is right now, like, you could close your eyes and make 30% return in 90 days, like just picking basically anything. And so when
crypto
you can when you
yeah.
can hedge things like that, it makes all the sense in the world, even for that extra $1,000 a month.
Yeah, that's great.
because when you're getting returned, like, bro, I bought some BitTorrent because I believe in it. I was reading about the company and kind of its process, and I was like, this makes sense. And it was also like a third of a penny. And so I bought like 500,000 of them.
Cool. How much are they going for? What was the price of each BitTorrent?
I mean, it's up to like 85 hundredths of a cent now. So it's up almost triple.
Yeah.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah, like it's up like 240%, I think, since I bought it. And here's the crazier part: it went up to 1.48, a cent and 48 hundredths.
Did you take any profit there?
A lot.
A lot. Nice.
But
a lot of people are just
I sold about 200% profit of it, and then I'm holding the rest of it.
Nice.
Because I'm like, honestly, is it going to like 100x? Maybe. Is it gonna go to $1 from a third of a penny? It might.
I feel like I feel like a lot of people who are playing crypto, they don't take profit. Dean, you are notorious. You don't take profit, bro. You just keep going in, right?
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't take profits, but I don't buy those kind of assets. What Nick is investing in, that you take profits in. But yeah, like Bitcoin, I don't see why.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Yeah, because you mainly do Bitcoin and what Cardano is, I think, something you've also looked into.
Bitcoin, Helium, Litecoin, and Cardano.
Got it. Yeah. So the main attraction that you're in there for, they don't grow as quick, but they also don't drop as much, right?
Yeah.
And so
I think that Bitcoin's really hit critical mass in the sense that I think that the volatility is stabilized substantially with all of the Fortune 500 companies and corporate banking really recognizing it as a legitimate thing to buy. I think that it's kind of leveled out that the swings where it's like, yeah, it might go from 60,000 to 50,000, but like it's not going to zero. It's not going to go from 65,000 to 20,000.
I don't think it's going away. It's here to stay now. Yeah.
Now that it's over $1 trillion market cap, you have to understand, like, even Apple 2 years ago was like $1 trillion market cap. And so
crazy.
Like, that's something that's important to understand just from a money standpoint. Even if you take away and people are like, oh, it's a farce, like there's nothing, it's like pixie dust. You could say whatever you want about crypto as a whole or Bitcoin, but the fact of the matter is, like, how many companies in the entire world have over $1 trillion market cap?
I think it's only 2.
Not very many.
Apple is like the only one, right?
Apple and Amazon.
And
Microsoft, but like it's like the top 5 companies in the world, and that's it. And so when you think of it from the perspective that Bitcoin is basically like the 5th or 6th largest company in the world based on its market cap, you can't really take that and like laugh it off. Like, obviously that's not a joke anymore. You might have thought that it was in 2017 or 18 or even 19 or 20, but now it's like we're talking about like a $1.3 trillion market cap. Like, that's an extremely substantial amount of money.
When I talk to new investors, the thing that they're always hung up on is they think Bitcoin is only used for the bad stuff, right? Like dealing drugs and counterfeiting money online. And it's like, yo, you could do that with money, like regular cash. You don't need to do it with Bitcoin. Yeah. But I understand how it can be easier, right? Digital, make it a lot faster. You can move things along. And, because Bitcoin was advertised as decentralized, everyone thinks, oh, it can't be tracked. But actually, it can be tracked a lot easier than the dollar that I use today to go buy candy, right? If I use my MCO card to buy something, there's probably a transaction somewhere that's linked, and you could probably go look it up from my transaction.
Nick dropped out there, I think. Oh, he's back.
I'm here.
So
yeah, I mean, I think that anything digitally like that, it's like even if it's secure, that doesn't mean that it's not traceable. I mean, I would much rather have cash for untraceable purchases than Bitcoin, especially because you could track my phone or IP address pretty easily relative to, I mean, there's ways to find these things out. It's a lot harder to trace a dollar that's in my wallet. But anyway.
What do you guys think of the stock market right now? I mean, it's kind of been like I've never seen this kind of volatility, and the news doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I understand crypto more than I understand the stock market right now. I don't know what the hell is going on.
It feels like it's more of a consolidation at this point, but I can't tell if it's going to the upside or going to the downside, right? If you're looking
I,
at
I
the
don't
market
think they know
indicators.
either.
Yeah. I mean, nobody can really know, right? But from my point of view right now, it's like consolidation, and then all the indicators are pointing that and everything is too expensive, right? But it's hard to tell because all the money was pumped in. So now you're like, well, is it too high because there's so much money moving around, or
What
is it too high?
there's an argument that they're saying that money is leaving the stock market and going into crypto. Like money's leaving gold, money's leaving stock, and that's why all these altcoins are going crazy. Why crypto's going crazy. So I don't know what is your guys' opinion on that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was obvious yesterday with the Coinbase IPO that crypto is very interesting to retail investors, and now it's really interesting to fortune. I mean, crypto, not all of them, but like crypto for retail investors is probably even more interesting because there's not really anything that you can invest in the stock market where you put $1,000 in and a month later it's 750K.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. And so to people that are, the average guy that, you might have $10,000 to your name, that's very, very interesting. And with the stock market, that's just not really possible. I mean, unless you had some like insider information on a medical device company that was going to pop, 250% on the day.
Yeah.
I mean, even still, the upside on some of these altcoins that just go crazy from being, decimal points of a cent to, going up 7,500% in a year or whatever, like it's just something that's very interesting, and so it's gotten a lot of people's attention for that reason.
To add to your point too, you don't even need to dabble in to like the coins that are lower ranked than 500 to get that to happen. There's so many coins on the market right now, right? There's like at least 3,000 or 4,000 coins last I checked. But if you check the first rankings from 1 to 500, all of those white papers and all of those companies, the ones that have been around at least since the last bull run back in 2016, if they had hit their peak before, they most likely will hit their peak this time, if not more. And I think some of them are lagging, and if you take a look at that, they might be able to help you figure out what would be the next winner.
Well, I think when you look at charts like that, it's kind of something to expect is for it to go even higher than it did in 2017 when they all basically capped out.
Yep.
And then crumbled back down. I think that when you look at even though it's not necessarily like the stock market in terms of reading the charts because of the like it's not necessarily the same thing. I think that it's kind of, there's indicators that are right to your point with that.
Yeah, definitely when you're using indicators to look at stocks and crypto, you're either looking on a different time frame or you're using different indicators itself. I mean, I still see some people using RSI and MACD mainly for their investing, but you kind of have to look at it closer because of the volatility that you're jumping into, right?
I mean, I have this conversation almost every day now. We're living in one of the most interesting times in the last several hundred years. I mean, I was reading recently about when the London Stock Exchange started and when they were selling their tax deficit as stock paper to people, and people were traveling from like Argentina in the 1700s by boat to come and line up to buy stock because so many people were getting so filthy rich, where people were even like Sir Isaac Newton, who was one of the most intelligent people of his time, couldn't help himself but jump in even though he knew that it was a scam. And it just feels like this is like that, where it's like, even if you know that this is nonsense, you also know that you're missing out on an opportunity, even if it doesn't make sense to you.
I think that's called FOMO.
Yeah, like even Isaac Newton, who's a bona fide genius that's like was alive hundreds of years ago, was still like having FOMO and like had to go and ship it on some shit that he knew was a farce, and he's just like, dude, I have to get in. And he like 10x'd his money and then he bounced.
No, that's how you do it. That's
and it feels a lot like that. Like even an example. So I'm not going to say who it is, but a friend of mine who, he asked me for like $100 a couple months ago, has never really had money. Bro, he just got like $40,000 of PPP.
Congrats. Yeah.
And now he's like, yeah, bro, I just shipped it on this Apple option, and it's I'm like, bro, like someone who was asking me for $100 6 months ago is now like, he's like, yeah, I paid off my car, I'm gonna go buy a house. Like what are you talking about? And it's just so crazy because the government's handing out money, everything's at all-time highs, interest rates are at all-time lows, and so it's like, it almost feels not real.
Yeah, that's a great point. I 100% agree with you, man. It's not real right now. So,
Like,
good time to. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
So my question, and this is actually a really popular topic, is all right. I love asking this question today. If you had $1,000 and you can only pick 4 asset classes today, what are you buying? What are you gonna YOLO? Got $1,000, and I'll let Murray go first.
Okay. Actually, I would go. It's only $1,000, so can't really touch real estate with that unless you go like really East Coast.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Real estate's boring, so no real estate.
I mean, it depends too, right? Is that 1,000 like something I need to live off of, or is that 1,000 that's like, I can YOLO it and I would be
You're
fine.
gonna be responsible. No. So you're gonna be responsible. $1,000. Let's just say it's your cousin, right? Your cousin comes. He's living with his parents, so he's got $1,000 to like do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
What would you tell your cousin?
Throwing in the cousin, you just took my risk tolerance from like, oh, I could take this all the way down, right? It's like, oh man, someone that's new to investing, oh shoot, I gotta like start them slow, right? So it's probably like a split between 20% crypto and 80% stock, right? And stock moves really slow. Was that?
You got to pick assets, so you got to pick.
Oh, I'll go into detail on that for
you
sure.
You said 4, right?
4, and then if you want, you could YOLO all 1. So, but yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would only pick those 2. I actually am not. I mean, in my friend group, I'm pretty diversified in asset classes, but I can't think of any other asset classes right now that I could split 1,000 into 4 different. So I'm probably just gonna pick the 2, stock and crypto. And since they're a new investor, I'm gonna go more 80 stocks so that they can start learning the fundamentals of stock while they're also still dabbling in crypto. Especially if we're saying they're coming in to me right now, knocking on my door, coming in and asking me today.
That's half
right?
of TikTok, by the way. That's half of TikTok is your little cousin. So we try to give good advice to the little cousins of TikTok.
Yeah. And also, since they're a little cousin,
they see what we're doing, right? And they want to emulate us. It's like, yo, you're not at our level. So that's why I like to have this question. And it always changes, Nick and I did this question, 3 months ago, but it's changed. Like, I wouldn't buy FANG right now. FANG is so overvalued. I wouldn't buy Apple right now. It's gone up a little bit, like $2 for me right now. I mean, it was good when it was 120, but now it's like what, 135 or 100? I don't know if I would still buy Apple. Go ahead.
Yeah. Same. I'm with you right now. Like the tech stocks aren't doing the greatest, right? And like a lot of people when they start investing, they'll go into index funds or mutual funds, right? Something that's the whole market so that you're more protected. But that's not my style, and it's way too slow, right? Like Buffett will tell you diversifying is only because you don't know what the heck you're doing, right? And so since it's a little cousin, hey, look into the S&P 500, understand what it is first, right? Maybe so I said what, 80%, so that's $800. Put $100 into S&P 500, but you're monitoring how that moves in respect to the market, and you're understanding what an S&P 500 is and why it's important and why it's either moving so slow or so fast, right?
Okay.
And you're also reading news.
Right? You're talking about VOO. What's the symbol?
Yeah.
VOO?
I would say SPY.
Okay, SPY. So $100?
$100 in SPY. Yep.
Okay.
And then I would go, at least you're checking out different industries too, right? So you got your tech, you got your biotech, you got your metals if you wanted to, you got your gold if you want to try it out, right? But we'll also be having crypto on the other side just so you can learn, right? So this is a portfolio where you're not already investing and you're trying to learn, okay, what are all these asset classes? It may not grow a lot, but at least you're learning what all the different asset classes in the stock market are, right? And that you can at least start from there and learn what, okay, this moves a lot, this moves fast, I don't like this, or I like this, right? So those are, well, so you said I need to give tickers. So I would give the speculative stock, which is Palantir.
Yeah.
And you know that, Dean. I think that Palantir, AI is going to be big in our future, and especially using data and being able to analyze data and make sense of it so easily with the tools that Palantir provides to their company and to the government at this point. If you look at their, I think it's called DoubleClick was their last event. They go into a lot of detail, but I would say 200 into Palantir, and then between, I would actually scrap gold off of there since we're going crypto, because I think crypto is the new gold. Like you said, Dean, a lot of money are moving from those asset classes. So there is 500 left in the stock side.
100 S&P 500, and you said 200 Palantir, right? That's $700 left.
Oh, but that also, I said 80% into stocks and then 20% into crypto. So you have 200 in crypto, and so you used up 300 of your 800 in stocks. So you have 500 left in stocks to go. So S&P was 200. You're trying to learn more about minerals. So MP Materials is one of the companies that is mining minerals that was previously only provided by China, right? It could only be imported into the U.S. And MP actually has been around since 1972 or so, but they're starting up more because the U.S. government, is pushing more because they know that EV is going to be huge, right? And so MP would be one of the material companies I would go into. Another 100 there. I would say, you're also
You could only do 4.
Oh, only 4, huh? Damn it.
Yeah, only 4, man.
Okay.
We're trying to
Let me introduce that then. SPY.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, I got it.
Let's do a TikTok clip. You only have 15 to 20 seconds, okay? So you're going to give us our 1,000. It's good that you went into detail, but if I want to make a TikTok clip, you have to tell me $1,000 in 15 seconds, or the TikTok people are gone. You're not paying
Got it.
You got
All right, you're teaching me stuff. You got it. Okay. Okay. SPY 250. We'll go MP Materials 100. Palantir 250. So that's 5 plus 1 is 600, and then let's go 400 into crypto then. Let's put 100 into Ethereum.
no, it has to be one crypto. It has to be one crypto.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because only 4 assets, right? All right, let's go.
So diversified.
Let's go the rest. So the 400 into Ethereum then.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So really quick, repeat it in a 15-second clip. Go.
Got it. So if my baby cousin came to me and was asking me what should I invest in, I would say stock and crypto. And the 3 stocks I would tell them to go into, which is 250 into SPY, 250 into Palantir, 100 into MP Materials, and for the crypto side, that would be 400 left into Ethereum.
Okay, great. Now it's Nick's turn. And Nick, if you want, just go into like details like the way Nate does. At the end, I'm gonna make a TikTok clip. Each one of you guys, I'm gonna make a TikTok clip. It has to be like 15 seconds so I can make that clip.
I'm going to try and talk as fast as I can to tell the story, but I'm going to use a real life example because it's so recent in my life.
I love it.
So I YOLO'd a $770 stock option on Apple Call for it to go, when it was 128 to go to 135. It hit. I went from $770 to $10,000 in 1 week. So I also put 1,800 in BitTorrent when it was a third of a penny. So I got like $500,000 of them for about a third of a penny. And it went from a third of a penny to about 240% gain. And so I sold that and I made from $2,500 up to about $18,000 within 2 weeks.
Okay, and so what are you going to tell your cousin? What do you tell your cousin?
If I was gonna tell my cousin things to invest
Remember,
in,
they don't have no options. They're not as like sophisticated.
Yeah. So what I would recommend to someone, because people ask me questions about what I should invest in all the time, I would say as far as crypto, I think that Cardano is the best option for you as of right now because it pays 5.25% interest on Voyager. So you're getting an interest rate that's similar to an AT&T dividend.
You have to open up a Voyager Digital, correct? You have to open up a Voyager Digital to get the Cardano?
You need the app, yeah.
Okay, yeah, just let people know that.
Yeah. So I would recommend using Voyager because I'm not aware, but I don't believe that Coinbase or other platforms pay an interest on cryptocurrency. So Voyager is crazy because when I logged on to there, my friend recommended it to me and they had interest rates for holding this. And I was like, you're trying to tell me that crypto is paying dividends? And it's true because I got some on ADA. So I was blown away by that. I think that Cardano is an absolute no-brainer. It just had a $1.2 trillion deal to become the currency of Africa, and there's a lot of other major deals going on that's going to make that pop this year. It's really a matter of time. And so because it's so cheap, right now it's like about $1.40 last I checked. I think that makes all the sense in the world because you're going to be getting a dividend like an AT&T in a similar range of like that 5.25%. I would also say that AT&T as a dividend stock is strong and undervalued right now at about $30 a pop. And so I'd probably just go halvesies on those two because you're going to be getting a total of 5.25 and about 6% interest on both of those as dividends as well. I think that they're both massively undervalued right now. So with $1,000, I'd just go 50-50 on those two and call it a day. Everything else is too pricey.
Okay, 500 AT&T, 500 Cardano, correct?
That's correct.
And what's your stock platform? What stock platform do you buy your stocks on?
I use E-Trade.
E-Trade? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's my turn, right? I actually really like that call. Both you guys, this is why I love doing it because once again, everyone like thinks out of the box. But if it was my cousin, I would tell my cousin to get a Robinhood. I know everyone hates Robinhood. And then I would tell him to put 500 into Bitcoin, YOLO Bitcoin, never sell it. And the other 500, I was going to say Palantir, but you took it away from me. So I'm going to say put 500 into TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. Because if they do raise the taxes go up in America, Taiwan has the lowest taxes of any like chip maker out there. Even if they're making the same product, you're going to pay way less taxes than Intel, AMD, Nvidia. So that's why I like TSM. But obviously, I like all chip makers because I feel like in the future, everything's going to have a chip, whether it's your car, your phone, girlfriend. You have a digital girlfriend in the future. Yeah. So I think we could end it on that. That was a good 33-minute talk.
I love it.
Yeah, great, man.
Do this again. And I actually like this, having the three people, just because, like, once again, more ideas to bounce off of. And,
for sure.
Yeah, and then I am really interested in that insurance product. So, Nick, ask to both of us.
I'll find some stuff out for
Nick.
you.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
just so you guys know, Nick does insurance. You want to let him know what other insurance products do you have? Just if people want to hit you up, right? Your license.
So my favorite thing is just doing like retirement products for people, especially because there's so many people making so much money from real estate and stocks and crypto and stuff, and you might be making a shit ton of money now. Pardon my language, but like, it's important to kind of like structure the long term with the money that's got so much upside right now for the long term. And so helping people manage that is something that I really enjoy. So a lot of, what's up?
Are you licensed in California or only Nevada?
I am.
Okay.
Right now, California, Nevada, Arizona, New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts.
Cool.
So a question on that, Nick. So retirement accounts. So would you? Does that mean that your company would first ask the client that you're onboarding first max out like your HSA, then your Roth IRA, then your 401k, and then go to you guys? Or would you go to your products first before you go to any of those three?
I would use these products first because there's so much more upside when you're dealing with insurance, because you're not being taxed at all on insurance products versus all of the ones that you mentioned are typically just tax deferred. And so
or tax upfront, yeah.
Now you tax except the health account, you can use it tax free for health. And I think when I'm old.
So one of the coolest things about like an IUL, for example, is you put money into your IUL and it grows over time. It's also capped because you're guaranteed that you're not going to pull it out. And so they can guarantee that you're never going to lose money, which is cool because the whole point is for you.
We have to do like another whole talk about this. I want to go through the insurance product.
Okay.
And then another thing I do want to bring up is I love the HSA because I don't know if you guys are gamers. Have you guys heard of the game Cyberpunk? Like I literally in the future, I want to get robotic legs so I could like, windmill dunk.
I feel good about that.
Yeah, so all of the money that goes to my HSA is going to be in the future so I could be like Nick. I could like, bench press 500 pounds. I can like,
wow, this is great.
So I see you, Nick, on your social media, and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. One day I'll be a robot and I'll outdo you.
You're like, I'm going to show your ass.
Because I'm not going to catch you with my, with my biological. So I got to go to get those robotic implants.
That'll do the trick.
Yeah, that's the only way to catch up to Nick.
All right,
on that call too, we should talk about NFTs too. We were supposed to talk about that.
Oh yeah, we missed the NFTs. All right, we will do this again soon. Hopefully, not this weekend. I don't know soon, but I'm gonna go to throw this up on YouTube. Thank you very much, guys. And Murray, you have to help me because this is like a 36-minute video. You have to make TikTok clips because I asked Nick to make TikTok clips, and he's always too busy. So you and we need to you can download this, right? You can download.
What do I do?
Yeah. You just download it on your phone. You can cut it up in TikTok clips.
Boom.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll help you out.
Okay, I'll explain to you once we get off this call. All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, bye.